Well, hello.
Ooh, well, hello to you.
How's everybody doing tonight? Welcome back to this special holiday edition of the Sunday Sizzle.
Sizzle, 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 sizzle.
I am your lovely host, Steel, and with me, as always, is my lovely co-host, Batdizzle.
Why? Yes, that was I, the Batdizzle.
Oh my.
It's good to see you again, Thick Daddy.
Ooh.
I missed you.
It's good to see you again, Thin Daddy. I've missed you as well. Oh man. So guys. Oh, I'm sorry. Go on. What were you gonna say?
I was saying I put on my Guinness hoodie to try and look thicker, but
Yeah, I was gonna say you do look a bit stout.
ooh, see what you did there.
Yes. Yes. Oh man. So, on this special holiday edition of the Sunday Sizzle, your boy and your boy, if you will, are gonna be going over our highlights for the year of 2019, and we're gonna be recapping all of our favorite toys, our favorite games, our favorite things of the year.
Our favorite toys might be safe for the OnlyFans.
Right. And we're also gonna be going over our New Year's resolutions as they are, and and our predictions for 2020, and see what we think is gonna happen. Calling our shots, Babe Ruth style, if you will. So yeah, that's we got a spicy little episode lined up for you guys. I'm ready.
I mean, I'm always
Are you? Oh, it's true.
It's like I just, every day I just wake up, pop the lid off that 55-gallon drum of Astroglide and step out into the morning glory.
Astroglide.
Always
Product
ready.
placement. Hit us up for that sponsorship, Astroglide. We're still waiting. Oh man. All right. Well, juicy banana fruit. Yes.
What?
Juicy banana. I said what I said, and I'm not taking it back. So,
Juice my banana, daddy.
now, as some of you may know, most of the games that I play were released long before 2019. So my contribution to this part of the conversation is well, not much. I can throw out games that I liked to watch, but I think the only game that I played that came out in 2019 was Darksiders Genesis. And when I say I think, I definitely went back and looked, and the only game that I played that came out in 2019 was Darksiders Genesis. Fantastic game, by the way. So there was that. So Dizzle, why don't you walk us through your favorite games of 2019?
I mean, I just played, one or two games, really. I didn't really delve too deep into games, like, it's
yeah, Dizzle never plays games.
We're just gonna, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go ahead and run down the list. And I'm gonna name all the games that I played that were released this year, and then we'll kind of go back through them, and I'll.
An interesting point has been raised. Jackbox Party Pack 6.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Jackbox Party Pack. Yeah. Two games.
Released in the year 2019.
But to be
Jesus
fair,
Christ.
I played a lot of Jackbox Party Pack 6.
It's true. You have played
A
lot of Jackbox.
whole lot.
You've jacked that box into submission.
Well, that's kind of what I do.
Yeah. All right. So, quick rundown on the list of games that I have played that released this year. Okay, and mind you, it's just a couple. I'm not, I'm about the same boat as Steel.
Yeah, definitely only two.
Gears 5, Division 2, Fire Emblem 3 Houses, Borderlands 3, Metro Exodus, Tetris 99, Sekiro, Days Gone, Star Wars Fallen Order, Resident Evil 2 Remake, The Outer Worlds, Outer Wilds, Control, Devil May Cry 5, Astral Chain, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night, Death Stranding, Darksiders Genesis, Destiny 2, Shadowkeep, Remnant from the Ashes, Void Bastards, Mortal Kombat 11, Far Cry New Dawn, Wolfenstein Youngblood, Samurai Showdown, Soul Calibur 6, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid, and Code Vein. So just a couple.
Yeah, one or two there.
So with that, I'm just gonna. There's a few games on this list that I didn't finish. Mostly for the reason of I kind of lost interest in them midway through. They didn't really hold my attention. So yeah, we're just gonna kind of gloss over those, but we'll go through most of them. Gears 5.
It looks good.
It did. It was a very good looking game. Played really well. It was Gears, right? Like, it's more Gears. Like, they didn't, nothing new and major, right? No crazy changes to anything, really. Story was actually really, really solid. Well acted, from the voice actors and everything. Like, it was a solid fucking game.
Good.
Division 2.
Looked boring as fuck, I'm not gonna lie.
It was Division 1, but with the number 2.
Oh, so boring as fuck.
It was fun. Like, definitely was more interesting than the first one. Had some definite upsides to it. The Dark Zone was a lot more fun in the second one. But once I got through, like, kind of the main campaign, did a little Dark Zone stuff, I just lost interest mostly. It was kind of one of those games. It was fun. I played with some friends for a little bit, and then I realized, like, it's just not my cup of tea. I'm not going to be able to stick with this for a while.
Because it's boring as fuck.
Yeah, okay, yes, it got boring as fuck. Shit.
Who knew?
Next one is Borderlands 3. Moving on.
While we're on the topic of Borderlands 3, though, let me just say, fuck Randy Pitchford. You sodomizing piece of shit.
If you could tell.
Go on.
There's not a lot of people who are fans of that man. The Magic Man.
So
Borderlands 3 was more Borderlands. Yeah. I don't know. It was so try hard on a lot of the comedy with, like, the streamer stuff and the bad guy. Borderlands 2 is the superior title out of the series in terms of everything. Borderlands 3 was fun. I mean, it was just more Borderlands. I beat the campaign. I didn't even do all the side quests or anything like I literally just went through the game. I mean, like, Handsome Jack in the second one was such a good villain, right? Like, you actually, like, you laughed, you cried, you fucking hated him, which is a good villain.
Yeah.
Like, he kept my interest.
Is he as good as Kefka?
No.
Okay.
Kefka number one villain.
Okay. Is he as good as Sephiroth?
Everybody's better than Sephiroth.
No, you shut the fuck up.
So with that, it was just it was, I don't know, they were just, bad guys were annoying. Like, I played through the campaign. I had no interest in doing extra shit in the game. I was done. Like, I was out. I beat the campaign. I was like, cool, fine, whatever. Borderlands 2 made me want to do everything in the game. This one was just, again, it was more Borderlands. Like, for that looter shooter style, people are really digging it. They that's their game, go for it. But not for me. Fire Emblem 3 Houses. I haven't finished it yet.
Oh.
But from what I've played is amazing. Don't tell me there's 3 different
but
storylines.
it's a JRPG,
and it's a fucking. It has a lot of stuff to do.
That's good.
And I'm a big fan of the Fire Emblem series to begin with. 3 Houses is really good. It's putting the time into a JRPG that.
Is it better than Dragon Quest 11?
Different beasts.
How so?
Fire Emblem's a tactical series. So
okay.
Think Final Fantasy Tactics, like tactical JRPG.
Right.
Whereas Dragon Quest is a JRPG in the classic sense of.
You mean the right sense?
Yeah, I mean, sure.
Yeah.
If you want to go that route.
I do. And did.
Have you ever played Tactics, Steel?
Part of it, yeah.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah. I didn't get very far into it, but I have played part of it, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superior to 7 in every way. Yep, I said it. I'm not taking it back. I meant every word I said.
Top 1 anime betrayal. This is bullshit.
Next game on the list, Metro Exodus.
Yeah.
I didn't finish it. Honestly, I love Metro. I love the first 2 Metro games. I was invested in them. The stories were solid and fun, and I enjoyed the shit out of them. Metro Exodus, it lost me. I got bored with it way fast, and just I couldn't finish it. I stopped giving a shit. Probably 7 hours into the game, and I was like, okay, I'm done. Like, I wanted to explore, and I wanted to like really dive into the world, and I just couldn't give a shit about the story. Tetris 99.
Amazing.
Let's talk about Tetris 99.
Yes. How the fuck do you turn Tetris into a BR?
Not only that,
but make it good.
They turn Tetris into a BR, and it's so fucking fun.
Yeah.
Like, it's legitimately a good time. Like, and I am shit at Tetris. But goddamn, do I have some fun with Tetris 99. I will say, though, it's very daunting when you first start playing it, though, because you see all the other people playing on the sides.
Yeah.
And you're just like, you're watching someone just fucking destroy. And I'm like, yeah, I'm so fucked. But
see, I literally just got I got my kids a Switch for Christmas, so I got a Switch. Hit your boy up with that friend code.
Kids.
Yeah, exactly. But Tetris 99 is on my very short list of games that I want to play. And I am really, really excited about giving it a shot. I want to go in there and wreck some nerds, guys.
Yeah, you should do it. It's a hell of a lot of fun, man. I
want to shit on these kids.
Like, in multiplayer games, let alone like BR style games, aren't my thing for the most part. But goddamn, like it's Tetris. But holy shit, is that not a blast? Let's see. Next one on the list. Easily in my top favorite games of the year. A potential game of the year contender for me, personally.
Yep.
Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice.
Yep. Damn right.
It's everything I wanted in a modern Tenchu game and more. Like, it's beautiful. It plays amazingly. The story is pretty damn cool when you're paying attention, like reading through like some of the lore stuff and all that. It's just sound design, everything on that game. But the best part about it is the fact that it really, really was just kind of like the Tenchu, like a modern Tenchu, right? Like, and I love the Tenchu games, like the whole stealth aspects and the difficulty, just the combat alone in that game. Oh, and then just some of the twists on some of the boss fights were really cool. Seeing as it's the end of the year, I guess we'll throw out some spoiler alerts and stuff. But there's a boss fight in there. Spoiler alert. For boss fight, that it's a giant like
tentacle monster.
No, wrong game.
Oh.
Giant ape. Like it's this big white like fucking just ginormous super gorilla, and it had like you fight it, and you think, fuck yeah, I won, because like you do the last move, and the gorilla has this giant sword like stuck in like through its neck.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing you do that fight, dude. That was funny as shit.
Up, badass animation, like this whole fucking thing happens.
And, yep, like, you're fighting him like in the little like pond, right?
Right, yeah, your dude spins the sword around, the fucking head pops off, and you're like, fuck yeah, fuck you, giant gorilla. And you think, I just whooped its ass, and then Ape hits you with the surprise, motherfucker, and grabs his head in his hand.
French fries, motherfucker.
The sword that you just chopped its fucking head off with, and now you're fighting a headless ape creature, and it goes into like phase 2. So fucking like that alone, and I thought I was done with the fight. Like I cut the ape's head off, and there's such a good pause. Like the body doesn't move, nothing. I ran around for a second. I was like, haha, suck it, bitch. And then he moved and fucking destroyed me. Just no lube. Just yeah. He went in deep.
Balls deep.
Yeah.
He went balls deep in Helm's Deep.
Oh, so good. Like, just the little shit like that. And, like, the little twists, like, having to figure out, like, certain boss fights. Like, when you fight the monk on the bridge. And there's, like, the mobility in that game for that fight is... because there's a whole grappling hook mechanic in the game. So mobility is a huge aspect. Like, you get hit, you're fucked. So, you fight this big ass like cursed monk on a bridge, and he goes into certain moves where you think, all right, I'll Dark Souls it, right? Like I'll kind of dodge roll or something, and no, fuck that. You're having to grapple up to tree branches and in between tree branches to escape his attacks, to hopefully have him lose sight so you can get a nice sneak attack in. Like it's just, and it looks so good.
It does. It really does.
Play so well, like God, give me more. I've actually, that's one of the few games that came out this year that I've played through more than once, just because of how fucking good it was. Easily game of the just.
Do you need a minute?
Wrecked. Yeah, I'm a wreck thinking.
Do you need a minute?
Actually, yeah, I'm about to fire the game up right now and play.
You want to just cut the show here and go like handle some personal time real quick?
I mean, we can. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you spit on my hand for me?
No, of course, sir.
You're a gentleman.
Duh.
Next game. Next game on my list. One I absolutely loved and thought was done really well, and I think that kind of flew under the radar and went a little underappreciated, was Days Gone.
Oh yeah?
Yeah. Days Gone was such a solid, like, nice twist on kind of like the zombie game, right? Like it's a little post-apocalyptic, but not like we're not getting into like Fallout territory of post-apocalyptic. This is just
that's good, because I did not like Fallout.
No, you're just a fucking biker in like a world that has been just overrun by these fucking kind of zombie-like creatures that travel in giant hordes. The combat was fun. The story was super interesting. It was a nice, pretty decently sized open world, or sandbox to play around and open in.
Yeah.
And
I feel open world games are underappreciated in general, I think.
Well, yeah and no. Like there's people who like, you get games like your Skyrims and stuff where people just beat their meat over it for years to come.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Bethesda.
Skyrim is the exception to pretty much every rule. Like,
Skyrim coming to your smart fridges.
like, hey, you can't really put an Xbox game on an Amazon Alexa, except for Skyrim. Like, it is like the ultimate, like, cross every platform, break every rule, win game of the year 20 years in a row game. So, like, you know.
Yeah, and to be fair, I honestly liked Days Gone more than I like Skyrim in terms of like interacting with the world.
Okay.
I really enjoyed Skyrim. I love Skyrim.
I don't believe you when you say that, but okay.
I played the shit out of it.
I remember hearing you tell me about the Dark Brotherhood quest line for like months on end.
Well, yeah, between the Dark Brotherhood and the Thieves Guild.
Yeah.
Like the Thieves Guild quest line's my favorite because you get that badass like ninja.
The Nightingale shit?
Yeah, Nightingale.
Hell yeah.
Shit.
This is a Skyrim podcast now, guys. That's all we talk about.
Not. Wait, no, stop.
They've crossed the final platform.
Fucking Skyrim.
Oh man.
So fucking Skyrim. God damn it, Steel. But I feel like Days Gone, and I think a lot of what contributed to it, what I feel like it going underappreciated was, like, it is sold pretty well and everything. I just feel like it could have done better. I think the big thing was people went, and, like most people do, and they see a review for a game, right? And they see like a 7. Yeah. Because it was getting good reviews. I mean, and it does fall into the trap of some open world games where you get some repetitive kind of quests, right? Like it's gonna happen. There's gonna be repetition and larger sandboxes and stuff like that. And there was a couple little minor bugs at launch, nothing that I ever ran into or had an issue with, but that people were kind of complaining about. So a lot of the reviews were giving it like a 75% kind of deal. Like, it's a good game, but it's not perfect, right? So a lot of people see that and they're like, "Oh, do I want to?" It's not, amazing, so I'm not gonna buy it. Yeah. And which sucks because it's really a solid game, and all the shit they added since the game was released. They added a bunch of free DLC. They have like an infinite horde mode, where it's just like this infinite fucking zombie horde that progressively gets harder and harder the longer you fight it.
I love horde modes. Horde modes are so much fun.
And so it's like,
because you can just shit on everything over and over and over again. Like, it's just right. It's very satisfying.
It's not. Yeah, exactly. You're not going. And modes like that are fun because it's just like sometimes you just want to go mindlessly blow some shit up. Yep. And so,
we still got to go back and do Darksiders Genesis horde mode in the arena.
Oh yeah, we got to finish the arena.
Yeah.
So I feel like Days Gone's definitely up there in my games for this year, just because the story and everything. And I'm a big fan of Sam Witwer, who was, I don't know if a lot of people don't know, he's the voice of Darth Maul in like the Star Wars cartoons, and he was also from the Force Unleashed games. He was the main character, but he was the main character in Days Gone as well. Played him really well. Like I really would recommend picking it up if you get a chance. But to each their own. Whatever. You guys suck. If you don't buy Days Gone, you're a fucking trash can.
Oh yikes!
I'm just kidding, by the way.
He's not.
Next game, I'm not. Star Wars Fallen Order. It's Star Wars, which
no, it was definitely not a typical Star Wars game. It was way cooler than a typical Star Wars game.
I'm not going with Star Wars as in like it was a typical Star Wars game. I'm going with Star Wars as in like it was more Star Wars. So your boy was happy, but it was really good. It was Respawn fucking killed on a single player Star Wars game. Story was interesting. I like how they incorporated the Sith Inquisitors and everything, because that was something that's actually been in the Star Wars cartoons, the Rebels cartoon that they had, as well as the Marvel comics, the Darth Vader Marvel comics that they've been doing. So like the some of the Inquisitors that are in the game that you encounter have been previously touted as part of canon, and so then when you finally meet them, you never knew who they were. So it was a nice kind of like, you get more story to them. And the story hits for the most part. There's a couple lulls. The game plays really well. I had a lot of fun with it. It kind of had some fun, like, definitely throwbacks to Metroidvania style thing, aspects. You gotta get the next power up to be able to access the area on the previous map, because you didn't have double jump, so you couldn't access this area. And then you get double jump, you go back, and you're able to explore a little more. Like, I really enjoyed all that aspects of it.
Yeah.
And goddamn, the game was beautiful. I will say that it looked fucking gorgeous.
Really did.
Yeah, my only real big gripe with the game is the lightsaber stuff, right? So like you gain experience and you upgrade your character. You upgrade like force powers and some moves and stuff slightly. And then with the lightsaber, you can change like the handles and the color of the blades and stuff like that. The only thing that really disappointed me was that didn't have kind of an RPG tie-in, right? Like, this handle gives you +5 to your force powers, or this, using this color blade adds some form of element to your powers and kind of gameplay. So I mean, there's a lot of things that I feel like they could have expanded upon, but for the most part, it was just a fun Star Wars experience, and I was happy with it. Definitely not my game, like in my game of the year runnings, but it was a beautiful game that played solid as shit, and I had a blast with it. And I wouldn't be opposed to them continuing the kind of that storyline with those characters, or even just at this point, EA just needs to be like, hey Respawn, here is all of the Star Wars licenses, because we just keep fucking it up everywhere else, so you guys go ahead and take them and you do everything with it.
I want a Kyber crystal. I'm just saying it. I've been holding it in for too long. I want a fucking Kyber crystal.
I mean, kind of who doesn't though, right?
But I want one more.
I want one now.
I want an Oompa Loompa now, Daddy.
The next game is once again a Game of the Year contender for me.
Ooh.
Resident Evil 2 remake.
Yeah. Who saw that coming?
Chef's kiss. Just.
I'm sorry. I missed that. There we go. Yep.
Chef's kiss.
Once more, an instant replay. Super slow motion for the people. There we go. There we go. Yeah. That's what I like to see.
Resident Evil 2 remake is so good. Everything. Like, it's a gorgeous game. Like, in the sense that graphically it's a very, very good looking game. I wouldn't call zombies gorgeous, but like just the detail on like everything was fantastic. The additions to the story and how they kind of reworked from the original into the remake really played extremely well. And it's great that they were able to take this game, right? So because RE2 is definitely up there with like as one of my favorite Resident Evil games of all time.
Yeah,
it's actually one of the first games that really like scared the shit out of me.
Spoiler alert, guys. Dizzle likes horror.
And like I remember to this day when you first encounter a liquor, Resident Evil. Oh, my butthole puckered. I think I cried a little bit. Switched it over to the Disney Channel and went to bed. No, I mean it was good. Like it had that scare element. Well, then you first run into a liquor again in Resident Evil 2 Remake, and I'm not gonna lie, like the butthole puckered again because they're just so much more. Everything's in that game so much more visceral, and they're just
the sound design for that game is absolutely incredible.
Terrifying. It's incredible.
Yeah.
But yeah, especially with Mr. X chasing you throughout the police station, and you hear him like the whole time. Like once you encounter him, and then you hear him stalking you throughout the police station. And what makes it better is the fact that like you can kind of avoid him, right? Like if you walk or kind of move slower, you can kind of keep away from him. But the moment you run, the moment you fire your gun, it basically is just putting up a big old neon sign that says, "Hey, Mr. X, come get these cheeks."
Ooh.
And you open a door and he's big ass fucking tyrant looking fedora wearing, "Hey, my lady."
Oh God.
He's ready there to just just fuck your world up.
X gonna give it to you.
That's actually one of the funniest fucking mods I've ever seen.
That's a mod?
That's a mod for every time
I was just thinking like that would be the perfect thing. So the fact that that's a thing just excites me in my loins.
That was a mod quick as shit.
God.
Every time he comes into the scene, or every time you see him, it immediately starts playing. All you hear is X gonna give it to you, and you're like, oh shit.
This is what you're hearing.
It's fucking. They actually, I will say that was probably one of the best things too, is the fact that people went kind of nuts with the Mr. X mods.
Oh my God, dude! There's so many good ones out there.
There's like they have like a Pennywise one.
Yep, I've seen the Pennywise one.
The Thomas the Tank Train Engine or whatever.
Yeah, that was inevitable.
Fucking Thomas. Yeah, I mean, just the silly shit that they can do to the game is fantastic, right? But like the game itself, it was phenomenal. Like the story, the puzzles, everything harkened back to.
Harkened is a word you wish got used more.
Right? It really is.
Guys, the word of the week is harkened. When we reconvene next week, I want everybody to come back with an example of how they used harkened in a sentence.
That is your assignment, class.
Yep. Class dismissed.
And
get out there.
It's just everything I loved about the original, and glorious modern graphics, and their new in the RE engine, which is what the engine they used for 7.
Yeah.
And just the sound design, like you were saying, is just so good. So good. And we're gonna talk about this later, but there's something. We'll save that for later when we go over our predictions and what we want to see.
Ooh.
Next game is The Outer Worlds. I didn't finish it. I have no plans to finish it.
It doesn't look good. It looks like a reskin of Fallout 4.
Yeah, it's Fallout. Like, whatever. I don't care. I tried. I forced myself to get about 7 hours into that game, and I was like, I can't. Like, I'm gonna smash my fucking face through my monitor if I continue to try and play Fallout. The funny thing is, like, it's better than Fallout. I'll give it that, but Fallout's not really my jam. So,
yeah,
those style games don't do anything for me. No, it was the who was the studio that did it?
It was the same ones that did New Vegas, wasn't it?
Yeah, they did New Vegas, but
Yeah, but Bethesda really dropped the ball with me for Fallout 4. It was fucking not good.
It's Bethesda. They've been dropping the fucking ball since
2012, at least.
Yeah, minimum.
Yeah, because they did Skyrim in 2011, and then I don't think they've done anything since then aside from Doom that I've cared for at all.
Yeah, and thankfully all they did was publish Doom.
Yeah.
All right, we're not going to get much like we are going to avoid Skyrim and avoid shitting on and Bethesda because that's just too easy.
Yeah.
I'm actually going to skip these two because they're both Game of the Year contenders, but we'll come back to that.
You mean Control and DMC5?
God damn it, Steel. Yes. The next one is Control.
Yeah.
Which is legitimately an amazing looking game. The story, if you were a fan of Alan Wake at all, Steel, this isn't for you mostly because we all know you don't even know what that game is.
I've heard of Alan Wake.
But Control is just awesome. Like the storyline is fucking cool. It's trippy as shit. The exploration in the game, like the cool use of like the different powers, everything about the way that game played out, like just the gameplay itself to the storylines and everything was phenomenal. Like, and I had a blast. And I really can't wait for like the DLC to come out for it.
What do you think they're gonna do with the DLC?
So it's all story expansion.
Okay.
And they added like a free DLC thing where you go play records on a jukebox. It teleports you to like this other astral plane, and you go fuck shit up, and you go kill things to collect items.
Sounds interesting. I would enjoy that. I
haven't played it. It's already released. I haven't played that yet, but
okay.
It looks like a lot of fun. But so the story, they have a story stuff coming out, and one of the images they showed for one of the story DLCs was, it looks like it's going to tie into Alan Wake.
Okay.
So if that's the case, I'm sold. Like I'm already sold. Control was such a unique experience that I'm in. Like I fucking loved it. I had a goddamn great time. And it's once again, it's pretty far up there with probably one of the better looking games of the year. Even just on a technical level, like the way the whole fucking building shifts as you play the game.
That's cool.
Like as you unlock certain points, like the walls and shit like shift and move, and then you can access areas. It's fucking cool as shit. I had a goddamn blast with it, man. Highly recommend it. Easily for me, $60. A full price game, and I had a fucking blast with it. And there's a bunch of stuff you like, side quests and all that stuff you can do, like to add to the story and change the way certain things end, the way certain characters interact with you. It's highly recommended if you're into kind of more of the story driven single player, third person shooter type games. The next, waited for years. Yep. And then Capcom was just shitting the bed.
Yep.
And then.
Yep.
And then at this little show called E3, they rolled out. We got this trailer though. And they showed this trailer though. And there he was in all his beautiful glory, Dante. Oh, sweet Dante. Devil May Cry 5. My God. I mean, what more is there to say?
Yep.
The music, the gameplay, the over-the-top shenanigans.
It was such a fucking cool-looking game, and the music was amazing. Music was absolutely fucking amazing.
And it's just Devil May Cry. Like, it was Devil May Cry back to like its purest form, which is just your characters doing over the top shenanigans, a story that's so fucking ridiculous and out there, and
it was beautiful too.
Oh yeah, no, it was a great looking game.
Such a fucking amazing looking game.
And it's everything a growing boy could ask for. And
or a full grown boy, just saying.
Or, full grown, whatever. Anybody. Just so good. It just falls into line with Capcom's whole redemption arc, right? Like, it's part of their big apology tour, because they were shitting the bed. Marvel vs. Capcom Ultimate was just a fucking nightmare. Just a loss all around.
Yeah.
And then they start, Monster Hunter starts picking it up, and Monster Hunter World is a big, hits big for them, and then they start realizing, like, oh man, maybe we should give the fans kind of what they want, and maybe if we focus on what they actually want,
they'll buy it
and enjoy it if we put some effort and time into it. And then Resident Evil 2 Remake dropped, and people were like, oh shit, Capcom might actually kind of start giving a damn again. And then Devil May Cry 5 dropped, and it was like, I see what you're doing. You're trying to win me back.
They
and
did.
You got me.
You won him back, Capcom.
You got me.
You did. You won't stop fucking talking about him.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be Bethesda. Yep. But I mean, they're fucking destroying, and like and they've even picked up and kind of started to kind of regain, even with Street Fighter V and kind of where they dropped the ball with that, they started to attempt to fix that mess. It hasn't been going well, but just from Monster Hunter World Iceborne, Resident Evil 2 Remake, Devil May Cry 5, and again, Devil May Cry 5, the 3 separate storylines was really fucking cool to play. I like how they continued the lore of the series, and the changes to some of the existing characters are like even just slight changes, right? Like, nothing crazy. No one got completely reworked. It was just everyone was a little bit older and had some different changes to like the lore a little bit with some of the powers and everything. And I'm in. Like, you just fucking sold me. And you got fucking Johnny Young Bosch back to voice Nero, who, Devil May Cry 4, Nero, I was like, you're kind of a cool, like, your character-wise, like, you're fun to play, but your character's kind of a whiny little bitch.
Yeah.
But in this game, I'm like, all right, Nero, like, you fucking little badass, you, with your robot arm. Oh, let's talk about the fact that one of the fucking robot arms you can get is literally it's a vibrator arm.
Yes.
It's a vibrator arm. It's amazing. It heals you. Like, you hold the button down and it vibrates and explodes and heals you.
Well,
I love it. I love Devil May Cry. I love everything about Devil. It's just so good. And the combat was back to it very reminiscent of like Capcom, and well, not even that, but not so much Capcom, but reminiscent of Devil May Cry, like back towards like 3. Like, Devil May Cry 3 was probably some of my favorite combat in the entirety of the series, and goddamn, it was good. But 5, the 3 different characters, all 3 different play styles, fun little like converging story arcs, like it. So. Is
it just me, or did V look like Adam Driver, though, for real?
Oh, he kind of, yeah.
He definitely looks like fucking. He looks like Adam Driver.
yeah, whenever I had to play, when I knew, like, when I was streaming and I knew I was going to be playing B sections,
Yeah.
there was a couple streams I titled Devil May Kylo.
That's fucking fantastic. It's Kylo Ren without the dress on.
Yeah, no, but it was so well done the way they handled it. Just love it. Definitely game of the year contender for me. Next game, another great action game that released this year. Platinum Games, little Astral Chain.
You tend to like pretty much everything that Platinum puts out. I've never heard you shit on a Platinum game.
I try to stay away from shitting on Platinum Games because I love. But they've released some turns. Like the problem with Platinum Games, right? So they've put out some duds. So like they did a Ninja Turtles game.
That's instantly a banger. You can't go wrong with Ninja Turtles movies or games.
The combat in true Platinum Games fashion was a banger.
Yeah.
But it was kind of a rushed game, so there was a lot of issues.
Literally every single video game or movie of Ninja Turtles has been amazing. That's all I'm gonna say.
You haven't played very many Ninja Turtle video games, have you? But like Platinum drops a lot of really good games too. Like the Bayonetta series was fucking phenomenal.
Yeah.
Nier Automata, like in terms of action games, Platinum is like god tier action game.
Yeah.
Like just combat design. Like they're just amazing. And Astral Chain was a Nintendo Switch exclusive that Nintendo footed the bill essentially to kind of have this game made. Platinum was like, fuck yeah, and it's anime as hell. Like, so anime. And I fuck it. Like, if there's two things I love, it's Platinum action games and anime.
It's true, he does love anime.
And I was in. The storyline, hella anime. Like, and the combat system was really cool because you get this little, like, you get these different legions, is what they're called. That all have different abilities that partner with you, and you can switch them on the fly. And then when you're fighting shit, they have like chains attached, and you can independently control them while you're fighting. And it just so good, right? Like I had the power of Platinum and anime on my side when I played. So don't fuck with me, chat. No, highly recommended if you're into action games.
Nerd.
Yeah, I am. Deal with it.
Weeb.
No, I don't forego my own culture, so I'm not a weeb. Haha.
Do you beat it to tentacle porn?
So Astral Chain is a highly recommended game. So you see what happened was one time I didn't know there were tentacles in it. All right, jeez, they just showed up when I was completing. I don't understand. Like, it's not my fault.
When you say completing, you mean when you were finishing? When you were wrapping things up, as it were?
Yes.
Sexually?
Sexually?
Yes.
So, again, highly recommend it. It's actually, I believe it's on sale right now on this, and I think it's on sale through, like, the first or second week of January. So, I highly recommend picking it up. If you are into action games and anime, go for it. Boom. Next game, Bloodstained Ritual of the Night. Koji Igarashi, the team behind Symphony of the Night. It's Castlevania, just, not actually called Castlevania, because Konami hates gamers, and, they're like, fuck you. We're just gonna make Castlevania, Plinko machines and shit. But the fact that it was the team behind Symphony of the Night, and it was kickstarted, I backed it on Kickstarter. Shit ton of delays. Like it got to the point where I was worried, like, oh fuck, it's gonna release like a trash can. God damn it, I loved it. I fucking played the shit out of it, and all it makes me wish for is, for fuck's sake, give me more Castlevania. I don't even care if they just continue the Bloodstained games. Like if Koji Igarashi just starts fucking, him and his team just start hammering out Bloodstained, whole Bloodstained series. Great, let's fucking go. Because again, Konami hates gamers.
Yeah, there were a couple people in chat right now who were huge Symphony of the Night fans.
Yeah. I mean, who isn't though? Like Symphony of the Night's easily one of the best PlayStation games of all. Like just it PS1 games, but just best games of all time. Better than Final Fantasy VII any day of the week.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. I didn't whisper.
No.
No, but Bloodstained is such a good, like, it's a clone for the most part, but that it does some cool stuff with like some of the new abilities, like that your main character has with like shards and stuff like that, and just the weapon equipping. But it's so good, it's so good. We'll address that at the break. Step back. Let's see. Death Stranding. I have not finished Death Stranding, but I do plan on finishing Death Stranding.
Well, good.
I actually have enjoyed what I've played.
I'm planning on watching you finish Death Stranding just so I can see the Monster Can product placement. I love it.
I mean,
I'm like, Daryl Dixon drinks Monster Cans. Or drinks Monster. So do I. I'm basically a Boondock Saint. Curious. Product placement. Ka-ching.
No, honestly, the only reason I haven't finished Death Stranding yet is I was also playing other games at the time, and I kept getting distracted by showering.
What?
I kept showering in the game to see his butt. It's nice. It's a nice butt.
That's his porn. He's just waiting for the tentacles to pop out so that he can finish.
I'm not saying there are tentacles in that game, but I'm not saying that there's not.
Oh,
10 out of 10 tentacles. 10 tentacles out of tentacles. I can't. No, I'm excited to go back to it. It's a beautiful game. Stories kind of hooked me from what I've played. That's definitely a game I'm gonna have to dedicate time to, and I just don't have time. Next game on the list, Steel. Darksiders Genesis.
Oh, girl. What a game.
Fun as fuck co-op.
Yeah. With the option for couch co-op too. Like that needs to come back to being like a regular thing.
Yeah, I thought that was a really cool thing. Like
Diablo Siders, yes, exactly. And I don't usually like top-down dungeon games like that at all. Not a Diablo fan. But
I enjoy Diablo, and like
I don't like Diablo. Don't like Path of Exile. It's just not. I mean, I got nothing against the games. It's just not my preferred play style of game. But Darksiders Genesis was fucking fantastic.
It was fun. It was a nice addition to the lore of the series.
Yeah,
to me,
absolutely
it's cool. Like probably some of the most fun lore in gaming right now is the Darksiders series, in my opinion. Like just the twists on everything and how they kind of take the apocalypse and run with it and get like just power metal and comic book.
Yeah,
and it's amazing.
Yep.
The banter between fucking War and
Strife. Yeah, top notch.
It was so good.
Top notch.
Gameplay was really fun. It wasn't as deep in terms of like customization and like builds and all that as like your Path of Exiles and Diablos and stuff. But
yeah, they were definitely very basic, very streamlined.
It was enough to kind of give a little bit of a difference to what you were doing. The maps were cool as shit.
Yeah. And they'd get like progressively bigger as you went through the game too, which was a lot of fun.
Yeah, fun little puzzle aspects. The arena is one thing Steel and I played. We actually really enjoyed, and I'm gonna go back and finish it like hopefully pretty soon. But the arena just being a nice fun like challenge mode.
Yep. With horde mode, that's what we were talking about earlier.
The very end, the last arena being the endless arena. But yeah, no, it's a hell of a lot of fun. The last like couch co-op game I remember coming out was Diablo 3.
Diablo 3 was couch co-op?
Yeah, on the console.
Oh, okay. I only ever played it on PC.
Yeah, on Xbox and PS4, it's couch co-op. So.
Oh, okay.
Which I thought was really cool. Like.
Yeah, but that came out in like what 2013, 2014.
That's what I'm saying. Last one I remember.
Yeah, it's been a fucking while.
That I played that I remember was being a couch co-op game.
Or A Way Out is couch co-op as well.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Yeah, and that one's cool as shit.
It is.
Oh, well, actually, there's one thing that me and Dizzle were spitballing that we thought would be a really fucking cool idea. Would be a Gauntlet Legends DLC basically to Darksiders Genesis, where you can play as all 4 of the horsemen.
Bring the other 2 horsemen.
My God!
Randomly generated dungeons.
I would. That would just be my full-time game. Yeah. That is just what I would play on stream forever.
Running around as Death, all you'd hear constantly is "Death needs food badly." But I think that'd be fucking awesome. Like, it'd be, and there's a lot I feel like they can add to the game. Like, if they want to, I feel like in terms of support, they could add new arena modes and stuff like that to really just kind of add to the.
They could get some fucking life out of that game.
Yeah,
they really could.
So I think it was a great game. I had a fucking blast with it. It was what, $25. Like, I feel like for like a $25, $30 game.
Yeah,
I definitely got my money's worth. And
yeah, absolutely.
We played it co-op the whole time, and we ran into 1 crash, 2 crashes at most.
2 each. Yeah, there was one where we both crashed, and then each of us crashed separately once later.
Right. So, I mean, and we played it within less than the first week of it being launched, and I mean, it was a hell of a game. Like, it was a lot of fun. And I think that's kind of the big thing that was lost too. Like, it's not, it looks good and it fits. It's that Darksiders art style, but it's a fun game. I think that more people are losing the fact that games should just be fun, right? Like, it should be fun to play with friends. Like, I shouldn't feel like, oh my God, I want to bash my fucking head in so we can fucking get this dungeon completed for the 50th time so I can maybe get this. No, like, I just want to.
I feel like that was oddly specific.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Dizzle doesn't like MMOs, guys.
Speaking of bashing my head in to get stuff, next game, Destiny 2 Shadowkeep.
Oh, man. Speaking of MMOs.
So, Destiny 2, like we all know, that's just been kind of a shit show since the beginning. Shadowkeep kind of saved Destiny, along with them separating and Bungie separating from Activision.
Yeah.
Going free to play, dropping a whole bunch of changes. Like, they have really kind of stepped up and saved the game. Shadowkeep, awesome story, a lot of fun to go back in and play. Okay, moving on. I just, again, with most games like that, it doesn't hold my interest very, very long after the campaign.
Destiny 2 lost me, and I can't think of anything that they'd do to get me back. They lost me with the launch of D2. When the first raid came out, there was just not a fucking thing to do.
It was the fact that you didn't have to raid or do anything to maintain light level. Like,
there was really no point to it aside from more things to grind for identical gear to what you had.
Right. Whereas, like
a different cosmetic, and that was it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, they're doing really well to fix it. For me,
I'm happy for him. I just don't care enough to go back. I'm
Right.
definitely not gonna spend another fucking $40 on DLCs to find out whether or not they pulled their head out of their ass. That's just not worth it to me.
For me, it was just, it's like most games like that. I get bored real quick doing the same shit over and over. Next game, Remnant from the Ashes.
I played a bit of Remnant from the Ashes, and it looked cool as shit.
It's fun. It was a fun little co-op, Soulsy sort of, with guns.
Yeah.
Like it, and the world's cool. Like the enemies are really fun. It's very addicting. I haven't, I guess, beaten the game, just because I've gotten to a point where it's probably more recommended for co-op. And your boy has been running solo. But it's a hell of a lot of fun. Different builds you can do with like armors and powers, and if kind of Soulsy style games, or even like kind of a little more of the difficult action games are your bag, I'd recommend picking up Remnant. They do a lot of good stuff to add like free content and support and stuff as well. They had like an RNG dungeon thing and all that, where you and your buddies can go to different areas, and it's always kind of a random generated dungeon to run through. So definitely check it out. I'm gonna skip that one. Let's see this next one. Fucking Mortal Kombat 11.
Flop.
The funny thing is, it's not really a flop. It's a fucking highly touted. So it's a Mortal Kombat. Mortal Kombat games sell like fucking crazy.
I don't get how they still do it, to be honest. It doesn't make any sense to me, because like there was so much hype surrounding the game, and then it came out, and a week later it was never heard from again.
Yeah. They dropped the fucking ball on that one, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. Like 10 was so much fun. 10 was really cool. The storyline was good. The combat was fun. The DLC was funny as shit.
Well, the story mode in 11 is really good.
Is it?
Yeah. My only problem with my biggest gripe with a drastic change in gameplay.
Yeah. Well, they slowed everything down to like half speed.
Mm-hmm. And the limit, like you go in and like you basically choose your character's loadout for what moves they want. And so you, instead of it being like the older Mortal Kombat's where it's like, hey, here's this, here's all your moves. It's, hey, here's this, you chose this loadout, you have access to these moves. But then it's funny because you can create custom loadouts, right, that fit to kind of how you want to play and how your character plays, or how you want to play that character. But then if you try and do any kind of ranked play, you're limited, or tournament play, you're limited to 3 preset like tournament modes or tournament loadouts.
Oh, okay. I mean that kind of makes sense from a balance standpoint. If they're trying to balance PvP.
Yeah, but the problem is the preset tournament modes, there is no balance to them.
Oh.
They're like majority of the characters are trash loadouts. That's why you're only ever going to see like 3 or 4 characters.
Okay.
Like it's like they tried to take Mortal, like the way the Injustice gameplay, like Injustice 2 and kind of plays, and flip it over into Mortal Kombat. It just doesn't. For me, it didn't work at all.
Yeah, well, I mean, Injustice was a cool game in its own right. I don't think I played Injustice 2. But Injustice 1, I played with you, and I thought it was really cool.
Injustice 1 is a lot more similar to like Mortal Kombat X.
Right.
Which were a lot of fun. And just Mortal Kombat 11, yeah, I don't know, man. I tried. I really did. The slow footsie game bullshit, like, that's just not the thing. I can't.
Yeah.
And it's a zoner's fucking paradise. Like, a lot of people love to stand back and just fucking throw fireballs and shit. And it's like,
fuck that.
S-ing my D, boy.
Yeah, no.
So,
if I'm gonna play a fighting game, we need to be fucking fighting, not just like.
And the fucking fatality, like, every character only has like 2 fatalities. So goddamn boring. Like, Mortal Kombat X had like, each character had like 5 plus, like 4 or 5 fatalities. Some characters 6.
Yeah.
But like this, it's like you've seen every fatality in the game with 2 days of playing it. And you're like, oh boy, this is.
I want to see him bring back babalities.
Friendships and shit.
Oh, friendships were fucking amazing, dude. I want him to bring back friendships.
I just want him to see him get like I really want to see him just get silly again with Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, like get fucking stupid. Like it's a gory, over the top, shock value, attention getting game.
Yeah, but you know.
So fucking like embrace that. Do your thing.
Yeah, but the other thing is esports, man.
I mean, that's cool and all, but like, what does that have to do with finishing moves?
Well, why waste the time on adding all these finishing moves and you can just all they do is focus on trying to make sure that this has like esports lifespan. That's all it is.
Because people are only gonna care about the esports if they care the esports side of the game if they care about the game.
Right. No. That's the problem is. That I feel we're running into with that game is it's their focus on wanting it to be an just more focused for like the tournament play and like as opposed to the casual like jackass like me and you who are gonna
see that's stupid. They got it all backwards to me because I'm gonna watch high level play of a game that like I care about and something like some stupid ass fucking friendship moves would make me laugh like shit. Watching somebody play a game or playing the game.
The real funny thing about the Mortal Kombat stuff too, though, is so like with your fatalities and when you get into stuff like that with with YouTube and everything, you're pretty much guaranteed to be demonetized.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yikes.
Because of, as YouTube says, the violence. But then I can click on a YouTube video with Mortal Kombat. Fatalities in it, and that's demonetized, but right next to it, it's like, click on this video to, this dude fist this other dude's mouth with, a horse cock, and they're like, oh, that's fine for family entertainment.
Oh, yikes. Well, that's the issue that Maximilian ran into, wasn't it? With, a bunch of his shit getting demonetized?
Well, a lot of them did, yeah. A lot of fighting game, like especially people who were combat focused, were running into that issue.
That's really dumb.
It's dumb. Like it's shit, and it's like all the focus is everywhere else. Where as opposed to just like let's just make fans happy and fucking go for it.
Yeah.
Next game, Far Cry New Dawn. Did not finish. Have no fucking plans to finish. I rented it from a Redbox for $1. I want my $1 back. That's okay.
Damn.
Next game, that's how much time we're gonna spend on Far Cry New Dawn.
Ouch.
Next game, Wolfenstein Youngblood.
I wanted to play that game.
Did not finish. Have no plans to finish. I got that game for free when I got my PC because of my
graphics card.
Because of my graphics card. And even as a free game, I tried to refund it.
Jesus. It looked cool though. Like the trailers and everything made it look super hyped.
You know what that made me think of was like Far Cry Blood Dragon, right? Like over the top, like 80s bullshit action adventure.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's trash.
Okay. Well, fuck.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like, oh, you can co-op with your bros and your pals, and you can fucking destroy Nazis together. Which I'm like, fuck yeah, I love Wolfenstein and blowing up Nazis and graphic violence and...
Yep.
It is so bad. It's so fucking bad. So bad. Moving on. Samurai Showdown. You want to talk about a fighting game?
Here we go.
Woo, buddy. Samurai Showdown, so good, so hard. SNK dropped a beautiful fighting game.
I'm sorry, what was that? Ooh. And once again from the side for the people in slow motion. There we go. Now can someone Photoshop a dick in there? Ooh.
Sam Show is fucking fantastic. Like, SNK just released a solid fighting game that is fun. Yes, now, and this game is a little slower than your typical fighting games, right? And here's where that's not usually my playstyle, but it's also a very, very high risk, high reward game, because you get hit, you're fucked.
Yeah.
And you're gonna take some goddamn damage, but you go in for those high risk moves and you connect, your opponent is just getting destroyed. Like, it's just fun, right? The characters are cool, the shit gets silly. Like, not much more to say. Like, SNK was like, yo, we make fighting games too that are sick as fuck. Check this shit out. You guys want Sam Show? Boom, here's Sam Show. And people were like, yes, please, and thank you, and slap me more.
Daddy!
Another great fighting game that came out this year, Power Rangers Battle for the Grid. It is a solid 3v3, like, back to like the days of like your Marvel vs. Capcoms, and like just ridiculous fighting game. Like, I'm talking over the top stupid combos with Power Rangers characters from, original series all the way up through current stuff. Like, it's so fucking fun, and it's well goddamn made. And the great thing too is they pulled in a lot of the original voices.
Can you be the OG Green Ranger?
Yeah, they have
I'm
him in there.
Say no more, fam. I'm in.
He's trash, but he's in
What?
there. Huh?
Nope.
He's trash too, but yeah, whatever.
No, dog. Not when I play him.
No, the whole game's a lot of fun. It's ridiculous. It's over the top. It's made by, actually, a lot of the people that had a hand in it are all FGC vets and stuff. And it's a fighting game. It's a fighting game for Power Rangers fans, but it's also a fighting game for people who just want to get crazy and have fun. So, highly recommend it. It's actually, I think it's only like $20, $25. It's a lot of fun. And then my last game, Code Vein.
Yes.
It's Dark Souls on fucking anime steroids. It's so anime. Like, I'm talking so much plot. So much. So much.
Weeb.
Delicious, bouncy plot.
Weeb.
And by plot, I mean boobies.
Yes. The jiggle physics.
But the game's really well done. Like, the story's actually pretty cool. It's by the same. It's Namco Bandai. Same. A lot of people behind that are people behind like the God Eater series and stuff like that. So it's hella anime, but it's just, again, it's anime titties. It's solid fucking action gameplay. There's a whole lot of fun ways you can actually like build your character and unlock different moves and abilities that your character can do, and like the building of your loadouts and everything is kind of really up to you. Like, I don't want to say it's limitless, but there's a shit ton of options. So if you're into weeby anime titty Dark Soulsy style games, pick it up. It's a lot of fun. I know they have DLC and like story DLC and stuff planned for it, so I'm looking forward to that. So it'll be fun.
Excellent.
So
you had me at jiggle physics.
Oh, super good, super good, super good jiggles.
Okay, well then that just begs the question: what is the winner of Dizzle's highly coveted Game of the Year? What is your Game of the Year? Who you giving it to? No pressure.
Devil May Cry 5.
Okay. And why?
Because it's Devil May Cry. Honestly, I don't... It's Devil May Cry. My personal game of the year is Devil... Just because I love... Devil May Cry is one of my favorite game series time. I fucking love Devil May Cry as just everything about it. Devil May Cry 5 got back to the ridiculous, over-the-top bullshit nature of the game series, and I was all in. But I will tell you right now, Control, RE2 Remake, and Sekiro are all sitting, like, just, like, right under it.
Ooh.
Because, like, I don't know, man. All four of my, those four are my games.
Okay, but which one wins?
Well, when I'm playing them, they all win. Oh, fuck. I don't know. It has to be, honestly, it has to be Devil May Cry 5. Like, my love for that series even outshines my love for Resident Evil.
Oh, man.
Barely, but it does.
Okay.
God, what's your game of the year, Steel?
Black
Box or Darksider?
My game of the year. Probably Sekiro. I'm probably Sekiro, just because like the amount of hype that came out around that game, and like the hype that it still has going for it.
Well, yeah, it's a FromSoft game. They're really good at doing that.
Right, but like I don't know. First off, it's a beautiful game. Like the sound design was great. Graphically, it's fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
The difficulty was fucking sexy. And it's fun to watch. It's fun to watch other people play. So I mean, I'm giving it to Sekiro.
Yeah, I there's really no. I mean, honestly, Sekiro, RE2 Remake, Control, or Devil May Cry 5 as a game of the year. There's no like. It's none of that's a bad choice. Like.
Yeah.
For me personally, it just Devil May Cry 5 edges out the other three.
I'll edge you out.
Yeah, I know you will.
Oh baby. So that's gonna be it for the year in review for games, but
stuff.
While we've got
next up, we got tech.
Oh yes, next up we've got this year's best releases for the tech side, the streaming side of all things wonderful. And let me tell you guys, it's been a great fucking year. Oh! Starting us off is the Go XLR was announced at TwitchCon 2018. And I talked to the guys at the booth and was checking it out. And they fucking delivered on every single promise that this thing was supposed to be. And it's fucking beautiful. I'm talking to you through it right now so that I can do cool things like sit here and touch my butt. Boom. I love it. And then I can go like Astroglide. And it's so fucking fun. It's beautiful, it's simple. It streamlines so many different fucking things. It streamlines the preamp, streamlines the mixer, voice effects, sampler. I can sit here and as much as I want. Like it's just so fucking, and it's got a fart button, so I can sit here and be like, "Hey guys, I'm hear me." You don't know what happened just now. It's fucking cool. One thing that did kind of throw me off about it is that when they released it, it was like the initial price on it was $399. Yeah, no, I definitely make use of that fart button, dude. Initially the price was $399, and for some reason now it's just under $500. I don't know when they jacked the price up, but it's definitely $100 more now than when I got it. But I guess to kind of counteract that, they released the Stream Deck Mini, which just came out just last month, November. Which is it's all the same audio channels, and all the same EQ in the software, but it doesn't have any of the voice modulation stuff. It doesn't have the sampler or any of the other buttons on it. So it's you still get the same audio quality from it, which is really fucking high. I mean, the preamp on this thing can run a Shure SM7B here without having to use a cloud lifter, which is, I mean, that right there saves you $150. So I mean, it's literally like it's like $1,500, $1,200 to $1,500 worth of equipment in a $500 box. And it's beautiful. It's got RGB on it, which some of you may know I like.
No.
I know you never would have guessed that looking at my background, but I like things that turn colors.
So when are you gonna RGB the Barbie Playhouse back there?
Well, it's only been there for a couple days, so I haven't yet had a chance to, but it's coming. It will be done. I gotta put like light strips around, like there's like a little Barbie couch in there. I gotta put the light strips around there. It's gonna be great. But yeah, and then the Go XLR Mini is $250, so that's definitely much more competitively priced, so it's more accessible. But yeah, I mean, I honestly I can't say enough good stuff about the Go XLR. It's a game changer, dude. It really is. Anybody trying to get away from using a USB mic should at least consider a Go XLR. It's definitely worth it.
The Goxler.
The Goxler itself. Then there's the Elgato 4K60 Pro, Elgato's new capture card. It's another fucking game changer, because I mean, like most of y'all that out there this stream have an Elgato HD60 or HD60S or an HD60 Pro, and those are all great, but they don't do 4K. They don't do anything higher than 1080p. And none of them support HDR. The 4K60 Pro it does support HDR10. And it's $250 right now, or $175. Let me double check the price actually.
Is that a internal or external card?
Internal. I believe they've got an external version as well. They're coming out with an external version. But yeah, the 4K60 Pro is, let me see, 250. Okay, yeah, it's 250, which for what it does is a phenomenal price. I mean, when they first announced it, there was a lot of people bitching about the price and everything, but I mean, for what it does, it's like there's nothing even close to that quality at that price available anywhere. So that kind of threw me off a bit, because I mean the thing is, it's an incredible value for the price that you're getting. Being able to record from any HDMI device at 4K 60 with HDR enabled for $250, like that's unbeatable. And Elgato killed it all year. The Stream Deck Mini was announced late last year, but I believe it was released early this year. And then the Stream Deck XL are both huge. The Stream Deck Mini is it was on sale around the holidays for $60 or $70, but the regular price on it's $100. And I mean, it just makes streaming so convenient. I'm using a Stream Deck XL right now. I got the Stream Deck original when it first came out, And it just makes streaming so much more convenient. I mean, you've got 15 buttons that you can fuck around and play with to switch scenes, turn off and on different sources, swap to different cameras, play audio files for like a soundboard. I mean, it's just.
So the XL is good for the thick boy stream?
The XL is required for the thick boy streamers. You can't you can't be a thick daddy without thick daddy equipment. That's all I'm saying. And anything that says XL on it is thick daddy approved. But no, the XL has 32 buttons on it. So I mean, I've got my Stream Deck XL set to control. I can control all the lights around my room. I can turn off and on my my key light, which is the next thing that I'll get to.
That's not the only thing you're turning off and on.
Oh baby, yeah. So I mean, I've got all different buttons on here that I use to jump around different things. I mean, it's just all sitting right here at the touch of a button. I mean, it really doesn't get a whole lot more convenient than that. It just sits here on my desk and lets me do cool things. And you can put like different pictures or different JPEGs or GIFs, not GIFs, you peasants. It's GIFs. As as the background on it. So there's a whole lot of different free options out there to make the thing look awesome. Like it just basically just turns. It's just another thing on your desk that looks fucking cool. In addition to being incredibly helpful. And then the last thing is the Elgato key light, which I kind of have some mixed opinions on. I mean, for what it does, it's an an LED panel light. It's $200, so it's grossly overpriced for what it does. But the thing that I like about it is that you can control it from your Stream Deck, or you can control it from your phone. So I mean, I use if this then that for a lot of stuff. So I've got I can push a button on my Stream Deck that'll hook up to a web hook that'll go out there and trigger if this then that, to where my stream like all my lights change colors, my hue lights change colors, my nano leaf panels change colors, my RGB strips change colors, all of which are 3 different manufacturers. My key light comes on, and music starts playing, all at the push of one button. So I mean, I basically turned my room from a normal looking basement into the ultimate RGB stream room, ready to go by pushing a button, or I can just tell Alexa to do it. So I fucking love it. I mean, it's you can get an identical panel light for like 40 or 50 bucks. That doesn't connect to the Wi-Fi and integrate with everything else, but I wanted to.
But so, then you actually have to push 2 buttons instead of 1.
Yeah, and
rough.
Cutting that that button push in half was worth it to me. Going from 2 buttons to 1 button was worth it to me. I like smart shit. I like shit that integrates, and when everything connects to everything else, and I can control it all from one centralized place. I like that. The stripper pole is the next addition. RGB stripper pole, of course.
I mean, that's. I'll never ever stream a lounge channel again.
Yeah, it's just gonna be me sitting here like staring at the camera with Dizzle stripping in the background, making his OnlyFans content. Lightsaber stripper pole. That's the move. So yeah, definitely lighter on the tech side than on the game side. But I mean, there's more to say about the games than there is the tech. But I'm actually actually no, before I end that, the Elgato, not Elgato, the Logitech Brio was released in 2017, but came out with a software update this year that made it absolutely fucking fantastic. Dizzle's actually using a Logitech Brio right now. Their 4K webcam, and I've got one sitting right here. that guy. I'm actually going to be doing a video on comparing the C920, the Brio, and my camera, the Sony A5100, to go over the differences and how to get the most out of each of them. So that should be coming out in the next week or two.
Yeah, I mean, I went from a 920 to the Brio, and it's fucking night and day.
Oh my god, dude. That was such a huge upgrade. Fucking massive upgrade.
I went from being able to hide my acne to now
You cut out there for a second there, buddy.
Oh, I said I went from being able to hide my acne just to actually have to put foundation on.
Ooh. So, as far as our predictions for 2020, on the tech side of things, I'm kind of expecting there to be something new to come out with cameras. I think that Logitech is gonna maybe we'll see Elgato get in the camera game, or no, it'd be nice to see Elgato get in the camera game.
Well, then your camera, everything is one button, truly one button again, half a button at that point.
I would do it. Voice commands are next. I want a voice command Stream Deck.
Full Alexa voice integration.
Done.
Where all you don't even have to play the game anymore. You just sit there and say, Alexa, play game. And
there we go. I just sit back and watch the game beat itself.
It's not the only thing you've watched beat itself.
No, it's not. Nor will it be the last.
Alexa stream fun.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't think there's going to be anything new with Stream Decks in the next year.
I could see Elgato dropping a cam.
I think they should. I think they should get into it. The Go XLR is gonna sometime in the next couple of months is gonna be releasing their integration with the Stream Deck, which is gonna be amazing. I've been waiting on that since the Go XLR was announced. I talked to one of the devs for the Go XLR at TwitchCon 2019. And that's something that they're very actively working on. Is right now what they're trying to do is get the at least what he said to me was that they were trying to get it to work across two different PCs, because a lot of people use a gaming PC and a streaming PC. So that was one hang up in it right now. But they're definitely gonna have the Go XLR integrated with the Stream Deck very soon, and I'm fucking excited for that. That's gonna change all kinds of cool shit.
I don't know if y'all can tell, but the Goxler tickle steals Coxler.
It's so fucking good. It's so convenient. It's so beautiful. It's so really efficient.
It really is.
It's if it just looked really cool and didn't work all that well, I wouldn't give a fuck about it. I'd never touch it. But the thing is, it's streamlined, it's clean, it's pretty, and it just does so many different things all at once. It literally is $1,500 in a $500 box.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's worth every penny to me.
I feel you.
Actually, Blue launched a new mic as well. It was their first real XLR mic. The Ember came out early this year. I haven't tested it out yet, but I definitely wouldn't mind getting my hands on one and messing around with it. I want to try out the Blue Ember and then the Audio-Technica AT2020. I want to try those out on the Go XLR and see if there's a noticeable difference. Because right now I'm using the Shure SM7B, which was like $400, and I'm not sure that it was worth it. I want to try out the I want to try out the Ember and the
You're not sure it was worth it?
Nice. I mean, it's a fantastic mic. It's like the industry standard for pretty much anything spoken. I just don't think I need all that. So I want to try an Ember and an AT2020 and see if I can get like the Rode Podcaster.
Does one of those mics you mentioned by chance have RGB?
If they did, I would have it.
Yeah, that's probably the real reason.
If they had an RGB mic, believe that I would have bought it by now.
I know.
I would have wasted no time.
It's true. I know.
How about games go? As far as games go, what do you think? What predictions do you have for 2020 aside from Final Fantasy VII winning every category game of the year?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. You started mumbling about trash, and I just...
No, I wasn't talking about the RE3 remake. I was talking about Final Fantasy VII. Boom.
One more time. Your $400 mic cut out again. What was that?
Oh, no. Oh, no. Why? That hurts. That hurts.
In terms of games, I don't know. I don't really have any big predictions except for shit that's probably already, kind of already been announced coming out. Like the RE3 remake, shit's gonna be dope. And the reason I'm excited for that is for the sheer fact that one, it's more Resident Evil. But two, if they are going into it with the same mindset as they did with the Resident Evil 2 remake, which is expanding on the story, because RE3 originally was kind of a rush job. The original game was a very rushed release. So with this and expanding on the story, having the Nemesis chase you, integrated the same way they kind of have Mr. X chasing you in 2, I think it's gonna be great, and I love Jill. So there is that. Jill Valentine. Ooh, baby.
Yes.
So I think RE3 remake's gonna be fantastic. See other games.
Final Fantasy VII.
Oh,
calling
new
it.
New FromSoft game, the one they're doing with George R.R. Martin.
Wait, what now?
Elden Ring. Yeah,
Speak
George
more.
R.R. Martin, the guy who wrote that shitty Game of Thrones series.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
He's working with FromSoft to do a game called Elden Ring. And apparently Elden Ring, from what's kind of been said in rumors and stuff, is supposed to be much sandbox open world, less Souls-like in terms of different areas being, but it's supposed to be a larger open world type deal, which will be cool. I'm very concerned just with the sheer fact, I love FromSoft games. The only thing I'm concerned about is George R.R. Martin, because let's be honest here,
that man can no hold on. The two guys may have fucked up directing the show, but the books are fucking amazing.
No, this is where I'm saying, this is where I'm concerned. So when is the last book of that series coming out?
I think there's 2 left that are supposed to come out.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay, look, I'm not saying the guy doesn't take his damn time.
Right. So we'll get Elden Ring in 2027. I'm almost
That's a
there.
possibility. That is a very real possibility. Yes.
Which will be funny because it'll still be really part 2.
You cut out there for a second. I'm sorry. Well, you were talking about Final Fantasy VII being the best game ever.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
If I was into emo whiny boys, sure.
Well, you were when we were 18.
Right, and I still thought the game was trash. No,
Why do you hurt me like this?
Final Fantasy VII Remake. The funny thing is, because Neo 2 comes out next year too. So yeah, there's a lot of games releasing within through each other. With Final Fantasy VII Remake, Neo 2, and there's like 2 or 3 other games.
Yeah, the first couple months of next year, like the next 3 months are really fucking front loaded with a lot of shit.
And that's where I kind of get worried on the game. Like, are we gonna get front loaded and then just empty, and then heavy drop during the holidays, or hopefully
I don't know.
It'll be spread out pretty well at the year. My hopes. I would love to see FromSoft announce, Bloodborne 2, but they're gonna focus on Elden Ring, so maybe not.
I'm fine with them front loading the year, to be honest. I think that'd be great.
I would love to see a Sekiro 2 announcement.
That'd be. I think it'll be a little while before Sekiro 2 is announced.
Yeah, or a DLC for Sekiro would be fun.
Yeah, that's a possibility.
I don't know why you're worried about other games coming out. Your ass is gonna play Final Fantasy
VII. I'm
7
only going to play Final Fantasy 7 remake all year.
For the entire year.
All year. I do think that God of War 5 or God of War 6 is going to be or God of War 5 is going to be announced next year with a trailer.
Well, I think it'll be announced because the PS5, it'll be a PS5 type.
Yeah, but I think that's going to be announced probably pretty early on next year. Maybe I think E3 at the latest. They're going to announce God of War 5.
Yeah, possibly. I would love to see more God of War.
Oh God, yes, dude. That was my game of the year for 2018. Easy.
I like what they're doing with the series, so it'll be interesting to see more.
Yeah. It's less like angry rage Kratos and more like actual depth of character.
Yeah. I don't know. Final Fantasy 7 remake. I'm gonna play it.
I know.
And well, because I play every fucking thing that comes out.
That's true.
It's a sickness, really.
It's a disease.
I want it to change my mind.
I think it's gonna. I think they're gonna go into. I think that if the first installment of the game is only gonna be Midgar, they have to go into such depth in Midgar. It's gonna be fucking amazing.
I want it to. I want them to add enough to the game story-wise to make me actually care and give a shit. Because the original, while I appreciate what it was able to do, in terms of like technology back on the PS1, the game itself it fell flat for me.
I don't see how. Everything about it was amazing.
But it wasn't 6, so it fell flat for me. 6 is a superior Final Fantasy title.
6 was amazing. Don't get me wrong.
Kefka is the superior Final Fantasy villain.
No, he wasn't.
Yes,
no.
He was. Kefka is superior to Sephiroth in every way.
Kefka was one-dimensional.
Kefka won.
Okay, and then what?
Well,
then Kefka got his shit pushed in.
Yeah. Did Sephiroth win, though? No.
No?
He had mommy issues. Him and Cloud made out.
No, they didn't make out. Look, that was one fan fiction, and you said you weren't going to tell anybody about that.
They wrapped each other in their wings.
Oh, hey, wing. There was one wing.
Yeah, and Cloud's been drawn with one wing, so therefore there was 2 wings.
I've never seen Cloud drawn with a wing.
You've never seen Cloud with a wing?
No.
I've seen Cloud.
I got a picture of Cloud right here. Motherfucker doesn't have a single wing on him.
I said I've seen him drawn with one. I didn't say it was canon, but they were wrapped delicately together, tips gingerly touching.
Okay, that probably wasn't any kind of canon art then. But it may have been, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't.
I don't know. I really, 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 really want Final Fantasy VII Remake to change my mind, and I hope it does. I really do.
Yeah.
I like I love what they've shown off for the game already. I love the combat system with it being a little more action oriented. Tifa's Bay, so I will exclusively only ever be controlling and or playing Tifa.
Naturally. Yeah.
Tifa for Tekken 7. That would be dope as shit, but
that'd be really cool.
It's not happening because they've already announced all the characters for this season, so that.
But it could happen. Eventually.
I would love to see it.
Yeah.
Tifa is waifu.
Yep.
I can't wait to watch Eris die.
You shut the fuck up.
It's gonna be glorious.
No.
All you fucking nerds are gonna be crying.
I don't want to talk about
I
it.
can't believe that happened again.
Yep.
30,000th time I've seen it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
I'm gonna cry on stream, and I'm not gonna wipe away a single tear. I'm just gonna be fucking free streaming right down the fucking cheeks.
That's not,
not
the
a
only thing that's gonna be
single
streaming down your cheeks.
Okay. Another thing that I'm really looking forward to for 2020 is Warcraft 3 Reforged.
Ooh yeah, I'm actually
That's gonna be
excited for
fun.
that.
I'm gonna play the shit out of that.
I don't like World of Warcraft game wise. Like I enjoy the Warcraft lore and stuff. But Warcraft 3, I love like the RTS. Oh, fucking so good. Like
Yeah.
played the shit out of that.
Yep.
And then when they announced the Reforged or whatever the hell they're calling it, I was like, fuck it, I'm in.
Yep.
Give it to me now. I'm
gonna play the shit out of that. That's gonna be a lot of fun.
I think that'll be really good.
Well, one thing that I am kind of concerned about though is that like most of what we're hyped about for next year is remakes, yeah. And like I don't know, I'm hoping that gaming. I put out a tweet about this like 2 weeks ago, but I'm hoping that gaming doesn't fall into the same trap that Hollywood did, with like just rehashing old shit instead of coming up with new shit. And I mean, like, I'm not that worried about it because like there's still plenty of new shit that's coming out. Like what they did with God of War, for example. Like they breathed new life into the series. Basically started over from scratch. Except
like they did with Doom.
What's that?
It's like they did with Doom.
Yeah. So like they're kind of it's like a soft reboot of the franchise.
Right.
Which I think is pretty cool. Like especially if it's well done, then sure. Like the way they did God of War was perfect. Like they took an established character, started him off in Viking land instead of Greek land, and basically turned him. But they made enough changes to the character, to the gameplay, to the whole fucking franchise, really, introducing all new characters and everything. So I mean, like if they do more like that, then I'm fine with it. The same with Final Fantasy VII. Like if they really and like they did with RE2, where they're changing core game mechanics, they're changing enough about the game to where it feels new, then when you
cool. Deep dive more into the world and add that much to the story and lore, like you can't go wrong.
Yeah.
But actually, there's one of the big games I'm really excited for next year. At least me personally, I say big. It's whatever. Ori and I think it's called the Will of the Wisps.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ori and the Blind Forest, easily one of my favorite games of the last fucking decade.
Yeah.
Beautiful fucking game. Just gorgeous. And like it hits you in the feels.
Yeah.
Like it really does. And like just with the music, the art and everything, like it's just a hell of a fucking game. And Will of the Wisps just looks so fucking good. And I think that's another one at the front of the year too. It's in like March.
I think you're right. I think just about everything announced is coming out in the first half of the year.
And then Doom Eternal's in March, Neo 2's in March, Ori and the Will of the Wisps is in March, Final Fantasy VII Remake. Like, fuck.
Yeah. The only thing that I can think of off the top of my head that's coming out in the second half of next year is World of Warcraft Shadowlands, which is just an expansion, which I'm pretty excited about. I think that's gonna be cool as shit. I think it's gonna be better than Battle for Azeroth, no question. Because I mean they're kind of doing the same thing though, and they're rehashing a whole bunch of old content and bringing in a whole like they're taking you to like the afterlife basically of WoW, so they can bring back like the fucking Lich King and fucking Kael'thas and like all these old characters that you thought were dead and gone. Now you gotta fuck with them again. So I mean, it's.
Oh no, Sylvanas kind of made the Lich King her bitch.
Yeah, well, that was Bolvar. It wasn't Arthas.
I mean, either way, he was.
He was like the Lich Prince. He wasn't really the Lich King.
Okay, either way, I watched that and I was like, chain me, Sylvanas, mommy.
I mean, Blizzard always fucking kills it with their cinematics, though.
I know.
Literally every single fucking time. You can go back to like original WoW cinematics from like 2004, and they still look fucking good. Their cinematic team has always been on point.
I know. I love the cinematics of World of Warcraft. That's the only thing. That's the only reason I get a expansion. Not because I play the game, because I know some badass new cinematics are coming out.
Yeah, and they always kill it.
Yeah. Cyberpunk 2077 does come out next year, and I'm pretty excited for that.
Yeah.
Because CD Projekt Red, and I like them.
Yeah.
And I think Trials of Mana comes out next year too.
Oh wow.
Which is funny because it's never been released in the West, so it'll be dope.
Yeah.
And then Wasteland. I think there's a new Wasteland. Wasteland 3 is coming out, which...
We're going to talk about The Last of Us Part 2 coming out next year?
I mean, sure, whatever. It's Last of Us. The game's mediocre at best.
That game is definitely... No, that game had me fucking crying 5 minutes in.
Phantasy Star Online 2 is coming to the US, which...
Yeah, we tried PSO1 for a couple days. This was like 2 years ago. You, me, and the Cloud. We're playing PSO.
That was 2.
That was 2?
Yeah.
Oh, how did we get on it then?
Because it's been out in Japan for years.
Right, but I don't remember how we got it to work then. I remember everything. I remember signing up for it. Everything was in Japanese. So I think you're probably right.
Yeah, and we had like the translation and all that. I'm not gonna lie, that is an MMO that I probably play.
He says that now.
Anime titty, and it's like it was basically playing an action game. Just
we'll see if you're still playing it after a week, guys.
I will be.
I'm calling my shot now.
I'll start. I'll give it a week, or actually, I probably won't. It'll really be dependent on whether there's a subscription service. Oh, I get that free 30-day trial. All right, looks like boy's playing for 2 weeks of that.
Oh, yikes.
So, yeah, it'll be, I think 2020 will be fun. It's just front-loaded, heavy as shit. Like, March is, rough.
Yeah, March is going to be an expensive month.
Yeah.
So,
yep.
New Year's resolutions. What are your New Year's resolutions for 2020?
Well,
because I've got one.
I released some spicy pics on Twitter, and people seem to like those cheeky shots as they were. I think I might start an OnlyFans. I don't know.
My one goal in 2020 is to get Dizzle to start an OnlyFans account.
I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe I will. Maybe I won't. I don't know.
I think that you should. That's all I'm gonna say.
Also, I think we should put together a calendar for 2021.
I'm down. Let's do it.
So
we're calling it right now, guys. By the end of the third quarter of 2020, Dizzle and I will put out a 2021 calendar for sale.
A spicy sizzle calendar.
A spicy sizzle calendar.
Easy to come take the photos.
And I think we've got our photographer lined up.
I hope you bring your long lens.
Oh my! Yeah, we might need that extra wide angle.
We need the extra.
Give me that
lens.
thick angle. What's up?
But yeah, I don't know. I did enjoy showing my tushy on the Twitters, so there's a good chance that I'll start doing more of those pics. Maybe for the new year, I'll figure out something to do with the champagne flute.
Ooh. I think that there's really only one way that this ends, and that's with me and Dizzle naked on a bearskin rug.
Ooh, I like.
Boom.
I like. Summer sausages.
Oh my.
Conveniently placed.
Oh yes. All right. Well, that's going to wrap up episode 3 of the Sunday Sizzle, guys. Thank you very much for hanging out with us, for enjoying the show. I'll be back to streaming tomorrow night, Monday night. Dizzle will be back Tuesday night, right?
Yep.
Tuesday evening. I stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Dizzle streams Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday, Sunday. We do this. So we will see you guys next time. Have a great evening.
Bye, all. Penis.
Yeah. Now we gotta find someone to host now. About to create OnlyFans content for stay-at-home moms. Yeah, E, get in there.
Sethis is on.
Sethis is on. Let's hit up Sethis. We're gonna hit up Sethis, guys. Drop it on Sethis. Give him the Batdizzle love. Give him the flex. What's up, Jerry? How you doing, bud? Yeah, hit him with whatever emotes you got. We're gonna drop it on Old Man Sethis playing some Hades. I fucking love this guy.
Who doesn't?
So, you know, get in there and say hi to him. This man's worth your time. I promise you. You will not be disappointed. We will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great night.
Bye.
Ooh. Well, hello.
As efficient or good as any of the other aspects. Exactly, right, Wisp? Like, Chaos Shield just absolutely does it completely better. Also, Steel, what's going on? What's up, Jerry? How you doing, Jerry? Good to see you. Batdizzle, welcome back. Steel, welcome back. Good to see you guys. Hype it up, guys. Show the love. Steel is back in the house. Good to see you again, Steel. How you doing, man? How was your stream? Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it, buddy. I missed you, too, you handsome son of a bitch.